So guys, today I'm doing a different kind of video. Today I'm here to talk about esports football, PES 2020. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I've never been the biggest fan of football games. I mean, when I was like, 10 years old, I used to buy FIFA every year, but that was just a phase. But recently the esports football PES 2020 demo came up on the PS Store and I was like, yeah, let's try it. And I've been playing that demo a lot, and now I think I'm ready to actually review it. So let's see how it goes, guys. LordKotal here, and this is the review of the esports football PES 2020 demo. So starting off with the positive aspects, I gotta say the gameplay in PES 2020 is just freaking amazing, guys. From the passing, to the dribbling, to the shooting, to the crossing, it's just simply amazing. There's no way in this planet FIFA can compete with PES 2020 right now. I haven't seen FIFA 20 yet. I'm waiting for that demo and then I can compare it better. But comparing to FIFA 19 and the previous FIFAs, I have to tell you that PES is just on another level, another completely different level. The level of quality Konami is delivering, at least in the pitch, is just amazing. The players look great, you know, running and defending and positioning themselves on the field. It's just so great. You guys really have no idea how good this is. And this is just a demo, okay? Just a beta demo, whatever you want to call it. We don't have the final product yet, so I can't really, you know, just be here and sit and talk for like 15 minutes about how great or how terrible the game is. But from what I've seen, from what I've played, the game just looks amazing. At least in gameplay wise, it's just so... it's brilliant, that's it, okay? I really enjoy the pace of the game. It's a lot better than FIFA in some aspects. For example, I remember playing FIFA 17, the last FIFA I bought. And I don't know, the players, the midfielders would be slower than the forwards. I mean, that's just insane. And the guys that were defending from the opposite team, they were faster than my strikers. I mean, how insane is that? And here in PES, that doesn't happen, okay? My strikers are faster than the defensive players, okay? That's it. That's how it plays in real life, and that's how it should play in a game, okay? Not like FIFA. The defenders in FIFA run faster than your strikers. Why, okay? I just don't understand. But, like I said, PES 2020 gameplay is far superior to FIFA 19's gameplay. And I think if PES goes down this track, it's just gonna, I mean, gameplay-wise and rating-wise, it's gonna blow up FIFA 20, okay? It's just gonna blow up FIFA 20. Now, moving on to the graphics. One word. Amazing, beautiful, fantastic, breathtaking, I think that's the word. The game just looks beautiful. It looks really, really good. I mean, they scanned the whole Juventus team. I think they also scanned Bayern München, Manchester United, and if I'm not mistaken, Arsenal as well. They just look amazing, okay? You take a look at, for example, Cristiano Ronaldo. He looks really, it's very realistic, you know. He looks really good, and other players, they just look amazing, you know. Szczesny, Chiellini, whatever, you name it, they look really good. But I think the players aren't the star of this scanning system. I think the stars of this scanning system are the stadiums, the venues. They look amazing. And if you guys take a little bit to admire how great, how good the Allianz Arena looks in this game. And I mean, it's one thing to play on default venues, you know, computer rendered and generated venues, and another is to play on, you know, San Siro, Allianz Arena, Old Trafford, Santiago Bernabeu, Camp Nou. It's something completely different. It's another scale, you know what I mean? And it looks beautiful, you know, and even the gameplay, the grass. Of course, the crowd needs some improvements, but I mean, that's kind of general at this point of time in sports games. I mean, WWE 2K19 needs improvements on the crowd. FIFA also needs improvements on the crowd. It's kind of a tricky thing to do, but otherwise it just looks amazing. The pitch looks amazing. I mean, hell, even the referees look darn good. And I mean, I'm used to playing football games, and let me tell you guys, referees look like aliens. They don't look like normal people. And I'm glad that I finally booted up a football game and the referee actually resembles a normal person. I'm just kidding, of course, but it's so good to see that they actually paid attention to small details like the referees, and they look really good, I'm gonna be honest. And overall, the game, of course, overall it looks really good. The grass looks awesome, the crowd looks, you know, looks decent, the players are gorgeous, the venues are amazing. So that's it. Graphics wise, the game is top notch, okay? It's top of the market, okay? There's nothing better than it in terms of football. I think it's the best game we've ever had in the football genre in terms of graphics. But now moving on, and it's time to talk about the creation kit, because it's just amazing, okay? It's great, okay? You know, I was on Twitter a couple of days ago and I saw this picture of the Manchester City's equipment, and I was like, well, this can't be real, right? And I checked it, and of course, like I thought it would be, Manchester City isn't licensed, okay? It's called Man Blue. It doesn't have an official kit. So how the hell did that guy have an official kit for Manchester City? And I was like, hell no, that gotta be Photoshop. Then I checked. That was actually created with the creation kit. And I was like, hell no. Hell no, that can't be real. Then I double checked it, and it was real. I was like, holy Jesus, how did he do that? There are players that are able to create a team's official kit for the game, and that's just amazing, especially if you want to play Master League. It's great. It's great to know that you can actually create your own kit for whatever team you want, you know, and I don't have that problem. But some might have, and some might want to play with the official kits, and I understand them. And my god, I don't even know what to say, because it's mind-blowing that a player can create such a detailed official kit. It's amazing, okay? And I'm so glad, okay? I'm so happy, so glad that Konami took some of their time, some of their resources to put a creation kit like this, because it only favors the game and it gives the players a lot of freedom, and it will certainly extend this game's life cycle because players have so many things to create. And it's just amazing that these guys actually spent time doing this. And I remember, you know, playing back in the days of PES 2011 with a team that I created full of players with dog heads, and that was just so amazing because the creation kit back then was great, and I hope it will be even better this time around. And I want to thank Konami for actually putting some effort into it. Thank you guys, for real. It was just such an awesome move, and I really don't know what to say because it's really, really awesome, you know what I mean? And the last positive thing I have to say about PES, PES 2020 of course, is actually what I referred earlier, Master League, okay? I've played a lot of PES back in 2011, 2012, and Master League was, in my opinion, okay, it was the greatest mode ever. It was the mode I played the most. I played the hell out of Master League, you know, because it was just so much better than your usual quote-unquote career mode from FIFA, because you could actually create your own club with your own equipment, your own venue, and they will give you a set of default players. You will choose sponsors, and then boom, there you go, you choose a league, and off you go. That's it, okay? You could climb your way to the top with your own club, and you could just, you know, transfer your default players, gain some money, win some titles, buy new players, and so on and so on, you know. That's what you would do. You would sell players, gain money, gain titles, buy new players, repeat. That's it. And it was great because it actually allowed you to manage a real team, not a real team in the real world of course, but a real team in the game. Something FIFA doesn't allow you to do these days. And I'm not sure if Master League is going to be as good in this PES, but I hope so. And even because you could create a Master League with a existing club, but with default players, okay? So you could play with, let's say, Real Madrid, but you didn't want to win so easily, so you could actually ask for default players, and you do the same thing you do with your created club, okay? You would sell those players, win titles, buy new players, okay? And that was the magic of Master League, okay? And it was challenging, I'm not gonna lie, way more challenging than FIFA's career mode, because you had actually to, you know, manage finances, because your club could go into bankrupt, and that was just so realistic, so amazing. And I truly hope this Master League is up to it. I truly hope the guys at Konami know what they're doing, because it's one of my favorite modes ever in football games, and I hope it returns better than ever. Now moving on to the negative side of things, guys, we don't have a lot to talk about, but I do have a couple of things to say. And we need to start off with the most obvious problem, which is the lack of licensing, you know. And look, it's kind of annoying, kind of frustrating to play a football game without, you know, knowing the teams with whom you are playing. And I mean, look, I understand Konami doesn't have the financial backing of EA, but they did just sign an exclusive deal with Juventus, because they are going to be called Piemonte Calcio in FIFA 2020, and you know, kinda begs the question, maybe after all, they do have some money, they just have other priorities, you know what I mean? And look, it isn't the end of the world to not have licenses in PES 2020, but it would be better if they did, you know what I mean? And of course they could have just, you know, invested that money that they spent in doing an exclusive deal with Juventus on some other clubs. But I can understand Konami, because, you know, EA pulled something like that off a couple of years ago with Bundesliga, but still, I don't think it's the right move for the industry, and especially for football fans, you know, because they just want to play with their favorite teams. I can't really complain, because the Portuguese league is actually licensed, but some other leagues like the Spanish league, the Premier League, of course, and it's kind of annoying, but you know, it's just business, okay? They want to sell copies of PES 2020, and I can't really blame them for that, but I kinda can blame them. You know, it's a tricky matter, you know, because some people don't mind, and even on PC, you can actually mod the teams, and you can have the official kits and stadiums and licensing of the symbol as well, but you know, that's just, it's a lesser problem, you know what I mean? But moving on, just a small note here. I've noticed that the PES 2020 demo doesn't have a commentary team. That's kind of annoying. That kind of sucks, you know, because I actually like the commentary teams in FIFA. They're kind of cheesy, you know what I mean, but they're still funny, and they're still kind of realistic to hear, especially in later games. So I do hope they had a commentary team, to be honest. But moving on, and I think this isn't PES' biggest problem. I mean, I think this is most likely a personal problem, and I'm probably the only person that has this problem with PES. You know, when I downloaded the beta, I was like, okay, this must be an esport beta. But then I actually checked the name of the game, and it says Esports Football PES 2020. And I'm like, why? You know, I grew up playing Pro Evolution Soccer 2020, which just sounds amazing, to be honest. It's the brand I identify with. It's a great name, to be honest, and why would they even change it to Esports Football PES 2020? It just looks so bland, so uninspired. I mean, I understand they want to cater to the esports football community and to European crowds, because, oh yeah, you know, Europeans, they don't know what soccer means. I mean, come on, everybody with alpha brain knows that soccer is the equivalent of football in America, okay? And I personally don't mind. I actually prefer soccer to football, in terms of, you know, phrasing, it sounds a lot better to say Pro Evolution Soccer. It just sounds so, you know, American, kind of that, you know. Okay, I'm just exaggerating here now, but to be honest, I prefer that the game was called Pro Evolution Soccer. It's the brand I identify with. It's the game I spent so many afternoons playing when I was a kid, and it's the series that I enjoy the most in terms of football gameplay. It's just a shame that they changed it, you know what I mean? Most people, you know, they won't really care about it, but I do, because it's like, you know, you've been playing God of War, and suddenly they decide to call it, you know, God of Hades or whatever, you know. They just change it, and it might be the same thing, but it doesn't feel the same thing in your heart, you know, because that's just it. They change the name, they change the brand, and it's kind of, you know, it's kind of a tricky business. Maybe more nostalgic players like me will have the same problem, but honestly, it's not a big problem. It's just, you know, it's a personal thing. It actually bothers me, but I'm sure there are other people that don't give a, I'm sorry to use that expression, but don't give a shit about it, okay? They just want to play good football, and this is why PES is here, you know, good football, and I'm grateful that Konami is doing this game, because it looks really great. So we're reaching the end of the video, guys, and it's time for our final verdict. In a football game scale, I give PES 2020 a 9 out of 10. This game is just brilliant, okay? It's amazing. At its core, it's the best football game in recent years. And I'm gonna say, my favorite football game ever was FIFA 2011. That was 9 years ago. And I think this game has everything to top that game, at least in my opinion, in my heart, in my mind. PES 2020 will probably become my favorite football game ever. It's far superior than FIFA, okay guys? Please, if you have to buy a football game, buy PES, okay? And look past beyond the licensing problems, the change of branding, which is fairly ridiculous in my opinion. Look past beyond that, and you'll see an amazing game. A great game. Far superior in almost every aspect than FIFA, okay? And I'm basically 100% sure that this will be better than FIFA 20, because I know EA, and even though Konami isn't a lot better, at least they step up their game, okay? That's it. And this is the final score, 9 out of 10, but I haven't seen the microtransactions yet, because the full game isn't released, of course, yet. That score may change later, but that's another matter for another time when the game releases. At least at this time, it's a 9 out of 10, guys. Beautiful game, amazing game. If you want to buy a football game, buy PES. And I hope you enjoyed this review, guys. I truly hope you guys enjoyed this new format. And if you guys want more reviews, please smash that like button, leave a comment on below. And I hope to see you in my other videos. This was LordKotal, and this is the end of the PES 2020 demo review.